Welcome to the Deep Dive, the show that, well, cuts through the noise to bring you the real insights. If you're anything like me, you've probably felt a bit overwhelmed by just the sheer number of AI tools popping up everywhere. It seems like every week there's a new one promising the world right. But let's be honest, most of them sound a lot better on the website than they actually, perform in your day-to-day work. So, based on the sources you've shared, our mission today is to cut through all that marketing fluff. We want to reveal the AI tools that truly help you get work done. We're talking hundreds of hours of real-world testing across pretty much every major use case in 2025.
That's exactly right. Think of this deep dive as your ultimate shortcut, a way to get genuinely well-informed about the AI tools that actually deliver. We're focusing squarely on the practical side.
Yeah.
Because understanding how to really use them in your daily life, that's the key to actually leveraging them effectively. Our goal for you is to deliver those, aha moments and hopefully save you from that information overload that's just everywhere in this space right now.
Okay, let's dive right in then. Let's unpack this first big category, the AI chatbots and assistants. These are the tools fundamentally changing how we interact with information, how we get tasks done. And top of that list, almost inevitably, is ChatGPT from OpenAI. Fundamentally, it's a lightning-fast, multimodal AI assistant. And multimodal really means it understands and responds using all sorts of inputs, text, images, even voice and video.
Yeah, it's truly ideal for anyone needing flexible help.
Yep.
On-demand assistance across a huge range of tasks. Writing, research, coding, making images, analyzing files you upload, or even just having like a proper live conversation. A key thing, especially with the new GPT-4o, is the speed. It's incredibly fast. And that speed, it really changes the game for real-time interaction. It feels less like commands and more like a genuine back and forth, almost like thinking aloud with a super smart colleague.
Exactly. And what's really impressive now is how it's evolving. It's becoming more of an agentic assistant, which means it's not just waiting for you. It can actually decide on its own when to use tools, like realizing, okay, this needs a web search, or I should probably generate an image with DALL-E here. You don't even have to tell it. Plus, if you use it a lot, it develops this smart memory and personalization. It learns your style, remembers past chats, makes things so much smoother. There's a free plan, basic access, but the plus plan is $20 a month for more usage and all the features.
Okay, so if ChatGPT is about that ultimate flexibility, what if your digital life is already, deeply tied into one big ecosystem? That's where Google Gemini really comes into its own. It's also multimodal text, images, code, voice. But it's really built for people who live inside Google Workspace every day. If you want an AI that feels like part of your Google setup for planning, writing, organizing, multitasking, this is probably your best bet.
Right. I've personally seen it do things like pull data from massive Google Sheets instantly, or draft emails from really long, complicated threads, and even just clean up messy trip itineraries right inside Google Docs.
Yeah.
That deep integration with Gmail, calendar, photos, it's not just convenient, it almost eliminates that need to switch between apps. It just feels natural. And a huge plus, it checks its answers with Google search. That really helps cut down on those weird hallucinations AI can sometimes have.
Definitely. Though on the flip side, for really open-ended creative brainstorming, some people find it can feel a bit flat. Compared to ChatGPT, maybe it's not really a flaw, just maybe a reflection of its design. It leans more towards structured productivity within that Google world, less towards pure creative riffing. So its creativity and tone control might lag a bit sometimes, and the personalization, while it's getting better, can sometimes miss the mark. You can try it free, but Gemini Advanced, also $20 a month, that unlocks the more powerful Gemini 2.5 Pro and those really deep integrations.
Okay, and then there's Grok AI. This one's from xAI, and it's integrated right into X, the platform formerly known as Twitter. This one feels like it's aimed more at power users, developers maybe. People who need deep reasoning, real-time search, and a flexible space for coding or writing documents.
Yeah, a key difference here is Grok 3's Think and Big Brain modes. These are basically turbochargers for complex stuff, logic, math, science problems. They let it tackle really advanced calculations and abstract thinking pretty accurately. It also has Grok Studio, which is for real-time collaborative work on code or documents. And its deeper search feature pulls live data from the web and from X itself for trending topics. That's powerful for real-time info, though it can take a little time, like we saw it take maybe 3 minutes for a gold price query. So you need a bit of patience. It's also noticeably less opinionated, fewer restrictions on prompts, which can be a big deal if you're pushing creative limits.
Yeah, but I've heard the user experience can feel a bit clunky sometimes, and the tone can occasionally be a bit casual or offbeat. might not work for every professional setting. Its vision and memory features are getting better, definitely improving, but maybe not quite as polished as some others just yet. It's free if you're on X, but there's a Super Grok subscription for full access to everything. Grok 3, Studio, Vision, the multilingual voice stuff. What's really fascinating here, though, is how these top 3 chatbots cater to such different needs.
Absolutely. And the takeaway for you listening is really this. Understanding your own workflow is crucial. Are you deep in the Google ecosystem? Are you a power user on X? Or do you just need maximum flexibility and the latest conversational AI? Choosing the right assistant really depends on where you already spend your digital time and what you specifically need it to do. The best tool isn't universal, it's personal.
Okay, so AI is changing how we handle text and info. But it's not just text anymore, is it? What's really exciting, I think, is how it's opening up visual creation. Even website building. Let's talk image generation. First up, Google Imagen. This is Google's text-to-image generator. And it seems ideal for designers, marketers, creative teams, anyone who needs photorealistic or maybe stylized visuals, but with really precise control over the prompt.
Yeah, the key features are definitely the high image quality and that prompt accuracy. What you ask for is pretty close to what you actually get. It's also fast, noticeably faster, like 40% quicker than the last version. That means you can iterate much more quickly. It handles multiple languages and prompts, and a really neat feature is the step-by-step editing. You can refine specific parts of the image after it's generated.
I can personally vouch for that prompt accuracy. I gave it this kind of ridiculous prompt, an image of a mouse teaching rocket science to a class full of humans, and the result was just spot on. And actually funny, the main drawback right now is access is still a bit gated, and it does lean towards cleaner, more polished results. So maybe not the tool for like artistic chaos like you might get from Midjourney sometimes.
Right. And another major player in image generation is Adobe Firefly. This is Adobe's AI generator, and its genius is how tightly it's woven into the Creative Cloud tools. It's perfect for professional creatives, designers, agencies, content teams who need AI visuals that are commercially safe. That's a big one. And they need visuals they can easily tweak right inside Photoshop or Illustrator.
Oh, that commercially safe part is huge for businesses, isn't it?
Massive.
Knowing it's trained only on licensed, rights-cleared stuff, that just removes a whole layer of legal worry for agencies and brands. And that seamless integration with Photoshop is amazing. You can just work with the layers, the masks like you normally would, and the generative fill tool.
Wow.
You can just select an area, type add clouds here, or replace this with an office background.
It just blends it in.
Yeah. Saves hours of tedious work.
It does tend to stick within, let's say, safe, brand-friendly boundaries. So, probably not your go-to for surreal lighting or really wild, stylized stuff. It's more about reliable, clean, legally sound output.
Yeah.
There is a free plan with some credits, but for full resolution and commercial use, you generally need a Creative Cloud subscription.
Okay, shifting gears slightly. From single images to, well, entire websites, Wix is using AI in a big way now, generating complete site layouts, content, branding, all from AI. This seems perfect for solo creators, freelancers, small businesses who want that professional-looking site, but maybe don't have the budget for a developer.
Exactly. You basically just describe the kind of site you need, maybe answer a few prompts, and the AI drafts a whole website layout, copy, images, even a basic logo. It's pretty remarkable how much it can do up front. We saw an example where someone got a really relevant draft, smart layout decisions, almost ready to launch super quickly. And then editing is easy with their drag and drop interface. Plus it has all those built-in tools, payments, SEO help, bookings, email marketing.
Then there's Hostinger. They also offer AI-generated sites, but pair it with strong hosting performance and a really beginner-friendly approach. Seems tailor-made for people just starting out, solo creators maybe, who want something fast, affordable, clean, and absolutely no coding required.
Yeah, they claim it can generate a fully structured site in under a minute, just from a sentence describing your business or project. And they have this whole ecosystem of other AI tools built into. An AI writer for content, blog generator, SEO assistant, logo maker, even a heat map tool to guess where users might click. These tools, Wix and Hostinger, they're not just making it easier, they're really democratizing having an online presence. Suddenly, a solo entrepreneur can launch a pretty sophisticated site in like an afternoon, competing visually with much bigger companies. It's a profound shift.
That is a powerful point, and it always sparks that question, doesn't it? Does this make traditional designers and developers, obsolete? Or does it change their role?
I really think it elevates their role. Absolutely elevates it. By automating the basic stuff, the repetitive foundation building, it frees up designers and developers to focus on the high-level strategy, complex problem solving, unique user experiences, custom features. AI can't just whip up. They become more like strategists, architects, orchestrators, less just builders.
Okay, so AI is helping us create amazing visuals, build websites faster. What about the daily grind, the big time syncs, meetings, and communication? AI is tackling this head on too. First up, Jamie. This is an AI note taker that records and summarizes meetings, and this is key without using bots that join the call.
Right. This makes it ideal for founders, managers, sales teams, recruiters. Anyone who needs quick, structured summaries without that sometimes awkward bot just join the call moment. It records privately in the background. No pop-ups, nothing intrusive. Then, usually in under 10 minutes after the call, you get a polished transcript with key takeaways, action items, speaker tags, all laid out. And importantly, it's GDPR compliant. They state your data isn't used for training their AI. Plus, it handles multiple languages really well, even within the same call, which is great for international teams.
And it has a built-in AI assistant too, right? For drafting follow-up emails or searching your past meeting notes. That sounds super useful. On the flip side, though, no real-time transcription during the meeting itself, no mobile app yet, and maybe fewer exporting options than some competitors.
True. Then you have Fireflies.ai, another AI meeting assistant. This one does typically join calls as a participant. It records, transcribes, and turns those conversations into searchable notes and summaries. This is probably best for teams with lots of regular meetings who need those searchable records, automatic summaries, or maybe integrations with their CRM or project management tools.
Yeah, it's supposed to be really good at identifying different speakers correctly. And it gives you AI summaries with time-stamped highlights broken down by topic. That makes reviewing much faster. There's even a Chrome extension for a live transcript sidebar during the call, which some people love. And that Ask Fred feature sounds brilliant. Being able to just ask, hey, what did Alex say about the onboarding plan? And getting the exact snippet.
Instant answers.
Yeah. Plus, it integrates with tons of tools, Slack, Notion, Salesforce, over 60 apparently, and supports over 100 languages. Very versatile.
And finally, this category, let's talk Notion AI. This is different because it's built directly into Notion. So it's an all-in-one AI assistant right inside your existing workspace. A total dream for Notion power users, content teams, students, managers, anyone who lives in Notion and wants AI help without switching apps.
Right. It can summarize long notes, reformat pages, translate text, brainstorm ideas, answer questions based on your documents, all within Notion. And it's really context-aware. It can scan the whole page you're on or even your entire workspace. It can pull info from connected tools like Google Drive or Slack and even add citations for where it got the info. Runs on powerful models like GPT-4 and Claude. And they have a template gallery too. Things like a pre-filled 5K training schedule template generated by AI. Main limitation: it only works inside Notion. And sometimes the summaries or tables might need a little manual tweak for structure or tone, but still a huge time saver if you're already in that ecosystem.
Yeah, and if you connect this to the bigger picture, these tools, Himani, Fireflies, Notion AI, they're not just taking notes. They're fundamentally changing information retrieval and collaboration. They cut down the cognitive load massively. They make meetings genuinely more actionable. They make sure those valuable insights don't just vanish after the call ends. You actually remember why you had the meeting and what needs to happen next.
Absolutely. Okay, so beyond general productivity and creativity, AI is also getting really specialized, carving out niches, offering unique solutions for specific needs. Let's look at DeepL for translation. It's an AI translation service with a stellar reputation for quality.
Yeah, DeepL's famous for accuracy. It really focuses on the nuances of language using some very advanced neural networks. A key feature is translating entire documents, PDFs, Word files, PowerPoints, while keeping the original formatting intact. That's invaluable for business or academic work. It also has glossary and dictionary features, so you can ensure consistent terminology across big projects. And their DeepL Write beta tool is pretty amazing too. Helps fix grammar, rephrase sentences, adjust the tone. It's like a super-powered writing assistant for translated text.
Right. It often gets praised for being more accurate, especially with European languages, compared to something like Google Translate, which aims for broader language coverage. DeepL seems really focused on that precision and cultural nuance.
Definitely. Then there's something really interesting called Notebook LM. This is a research and note-taking tool from Google Labs using Google Gemini. But it has this unique, frankly, kind of mind-blowing feature. It takes documents, data, info you feed it, text, websites, even YouTube videos, and transforms it into a, quote, custom-tailored podcast with two speakers who have an open discussion about the topic.
Wait, really? A podcast generated from my notes. Wow. That's literally an audio TLDR for deep learning. I can see how that would be amazing. Imagine feeding it a bunch of dense articles and long videos on, say, quantum physics.
And getting back an engaging conversational summary.
Yeah, it sounds ideal for anyone who wants a new, super efficient way to get up to speed on almost anything marketing, personal finance, history, whatever.
And we should briefly touch on education, too. AI is quietly starting to personalize learning in some really interesting ways. You have tools like Magic School AI, which helps teachers create customized quizzes, exercises, adapts lesson plans for individual students. It's like a tireless assistant.
Or even built-in tools like PowerPoint Speaker Coach. For anyone giving presentations, teachers, students, professionals, it gives real-time feedback on your pace, your pitch, if you're using too many filler words like or like. And for students, the OpenAI Playground is basically a sandbox. They can experiment with GPT-3, GPT-4, get help writing essays, solving math problems, doing research, even learning to code.
This does raise a really important question, though. As AI gets embedded into these specialized workflows, what does it mean for human expertise? Does it mainly lower the barrier, letting more people do specialist tasks? Or does it mainly enhance the existing experts, automating the grunt work so they can focus on higher-level thinking? The answer is probably both. But the big shift is enabling everyone, specialists included, to focus more on creativity, strategy, critical analysis, rather than just the repetitive execution.
Wow. We have covered a lot of ground today, from those versatile AI personal assistants like ChatGPT and Gemini, to the creative powerhouses like Imagen and Firefly, website builders like Wix and Hostinger, and then these specialized tools for making meetings productive, for learning faster, for translating accurately.
Yeah, and the core takeaway, I think, is crystal clear. These AI tools, when you choose the right ones and apply them properly, they really aren't just hype anymore. They're genuinely transforming how we work, how we learn, how we create. By automating those repetitive tasks, boosting efficiency significantly, and ultimately enabling you to make better, faster decisions.
So if you're listening and wondering, okay, where do I even start? If you only try one tool from this whole deep dive, maybe consider ChatGPT for general writing and brainstorming just because it's so versatile. Or maybe Fireflies.ai or Jamie if meetings are a major time sink you want to conquer. Make them actually actionable. Or perhaps Notion AI if you're already living in Notion and want that seamless integration. Many of them have free trials or free tiers, so you can easily explore what fits your specific needs and your workflow. So for you, our well-informed listener, here's maybe one final thought to chew on. What seemingly complex or really time-consuming task in your life, maybe something you dread doing, could be transformed or at least made easier by an AI tool you didn't even know existed an hour ago. The possibilities are still unfolding, really, and the landscape is definitely ripe for discovery.